Oh, Jesus. How's the S&P RSI looking? I'm going to take a look at it here. I just started streaming on YouTube, so you guys are welcome to hit the link in the bio. That's where I'm at right now. That way you guys can see my screen. Good morning. Uh-oh. Did AO go to school? AO went to school. Oh. That's alright. You okay? Guess what? Got snacks.
She's like,
yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yum. Yeah. Alright, see you later. Sorry, guys. This is Trade Station. Good morning. What's up, everybody on YouTube? SPY 440 today. We'll talk about it. What happened to high? Alright, so let's go ahead and share this on Discord. Appreciate those of you who share that page. So real quick, off topic, but before I get started, I wanted to share a tool with you guys that I was kind of sniffing around last night, and I found it, and I don't even know if you have to necessarily have it set up, like, or have to have Benzinga Pro. But I have it, so it may be automatically doing that. But it has an FTA calendar, and it has exact dates of data presentation, right? So you could go and look at what things are, stand out to you, and that could be a suitable way to start looking into biopharmaceutical stocks, finding potentials to get into ones cheap or set up a risk-free type spread or something like that. But it also has estimated dates, so I'll throw that up there really quickly. So there's that. So you have estimated dates, exact dates, historical dates, and that's on Benzinga. So pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna just get right into the top news. So far here in pre-market, I'm not really seeing too much, but we are going to take a look at a few stocks. Let's see, BTCM, I think was one of them. NXTD. Wow, that thing absolutely, that's rough. Alrighty, so, and we'll get to you guys' charts here in just a second. We're just going to go over some of the news. So right off the bat, guys, U.S. stock index futures edged up on easing fears of an earlier than expected cut to monetary stimulus. Even though a slowing economic recovery weighed on sentiment, European shares were down. Asian equities mostly ended up lower on concerns after a slowing Chinese economy. The dollar and gold prices were in the red. Oil gained after data showed a larger than expected drawdown in U.S. crude inventories. So Just in some top news, we have some IPOs on Holdings. Shoe firm backed by Swiss tennis legend Roger Federer on Tuesday priced its initial public offering well above target range, valuing the company at $6 billion. So that's one to keep an eye on. In other news, we have Citigroup. The bank expects third quarter market revenue to decline to a low to mid-teens percentage from the earlier year. JP Morgan Chase expects a decrease in about 10%, according to the executives of the two big banks. Lower revenues as a result of trading that is normalized from exceptionally high levels last year when the pandemic was in full force, the executive said on Tuesday at a virtual investor conference held by Barclays. Other than that, just try to really focus on what's most important. Microsoft, which obviously those of you guys know I like to play Microsoft. Watched that after hours spike, and the funny thing is I've been watching Microsoft this whole week and kind of baffled at the fact that it stayed so well contained in this channel, this lower time frame channel here. And I was just watching it as it kind of stayed contained in there, and in after hours. So earlier that day it tried to make a break, but couldn't quite do it, and then in after hours made that perfect break. And I was wondering why it was holding such residual relative strength, and that's exactly why. So Microsoft is on watch. I'm watching for that hourly drawdown to the 9-day moving average at 302.50. The goal, of course, is going to be to break that 304.74, but that's all dependent on the market in general. So it could be that you dealt a triple top there, and Microsoft finds its top. So, but the company said it will conduct a 60 billion share buyback program, raise its quarterly dividends by 11%, and appoint company president Brad Smith as vice chair. So, good morning, everybody. So other than that, Snap had some news. Snap owner and has hired longtime online safety advocate for its first global head of platform safety. Snap told Reuters as the company continues to wrap up efforts around its user safety and social media firms, first mounting global pressure from regulators and lawmakers. Snap said that the long search it has hired Jacqueline Boucher, that's the best I can do, who will represent its safety work to regulators, lawmakers, and partners, and will help advise new policies and initiatives. So keep an eye on that one as well. Other than that, we'll go over any miscellaneous news as it comes in. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Squawk Box so that way I can start listening in on any of the top news as it comes in.
CP termination fee refund. That's Charlie November India and Kilo Sandy uniform.
All right. So let's talk about SPY really quickly. Again, those of you on here, if you guys want to, we are on YouTube. Link is in the bio. You guys can see my screen, all that good stuff. New lows.
WKHS workforce
on
shares
Roblox
rebounding
here, breaking $80.
topping $8.20.
Okay.
Marijuana Moment says House could vote on psychedelics research for military.
House could be voting on psychedelic research for the military.
Marijuana banking is part of defense bill.
That's also, marijuana banking is a part of the defense bill, so keep an eye on cannabis this today. We've got a new high on Mind Medicine, MNMD. Oh, Snee, you're a bad man. That one's just kind of popping. It just hit my radar, but that could be just a slight reaction to the news. Nothing crazy there. Okay, so anyway, with SPY, guys, we know for the most part that we've relied on that 50-day EMA here on this daily time frame, recording multiple bounces off this level. So for SPY, and let me do this really quickly. I'll take a look at you guys. We got to get prepped though. We got to go over the news, go over major indexes and stuff like that. So I'll go over those momentarily. All right. So anyway, we know that we're kind of wrapped up in this channel on SPY. I'll just make this one easy right here. And I think I've talked about, hold on one second, let's pull this over. There it is. Okay, so kind of trapped in this channel here. The 50, we're still not quite there. 442. I don't see 440. I know a lot of people are asking 440. It is a possibility. We've had, I think, what, 4 consecutive days of red. Yesterday, kind of giving us that reversal pattern towards the end of the day. That's a descending wedge right here. A falling wedge that you end up reversing out of. So it's going to be pre-market highs 445. That we're going to need to push up, and you can see that it's the 200-day EMA here in pre-market that we're going to be watching. We got plenty of time here, 8:38. I got plenty of time to look at some of your guys' requests as well, so just give me one moment. Anyway, 200-day EMA right there, so just watch for a bounce that either back down A at 443.36, or if we do, in fact, end up trading lower to that 50-day EMA, which I have marked here with this yellow line. It's going to be right around there. Actually have that misplaced then. Never mind. Sorry. So the mark is going to be 442. Every time you switch from a higher platform or a higher time frame to a lower time frame, your lines can start to get a little bit miscombobulated. So anyway, we are due for a bounce if this happens. And I don't think it's out. I think everybody's expecting the market to crash. And I think that's probably exactly why it won't. The things about crashes is that most of the time nobody sees it coming. And that's why there's such a big deal. You get a lot of panic selling, etc., etc. So good morning, Ruxana, excuse me. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Link is in the bio. Do you think H-bar would be a good dip again? I would love to buy more. I'm not I'm not a crypto guy like that, so I'd have to take a look at the chart, but mostly prepping for the stock market this morning. All right. Anyway, so let's go over the Qs. All right. So the Qs at the let's go back over here. It's funny enough that I had the 2-hour time frame up because the Qs show really clean setups on the 2-hour platform. I've talked about this before. We'll go over this another time. But a lot of times you'll find that, for example, JMIA and its EMAs trade really, really well together on the 2-hour time frame. I don't know why, but you're able to dip buy off of the 50-day EMA when JMIA is in trend. So anyway, so for the Qs, you can see here that this is the mark right here, and it is the 2-hour 200-day EMA that is the respected moving average here. That's sitting at 374.50. So below 374.50, I can assure you the first stop is likely going to be 373, probably right there, and then you have another springboard around 372.50. If you end up breaking there, we'll kind of get there, or talk when we get there, but that's where I would kind of be projecting the Qs to push down to if they don't end up bouncing up a little bit today. Again, we did see some reversal type patterns we did bounce 2 times here off of support, and that support, like I said, is 374.25. So if we're looking for another bounce there where we could end up getting this kind of reversal triangle here, this usually can be a descending triangle. So you're looking for that third break to the downside. So again, on the Qs, pre-market highs are actually going to be the downtrend, right? So pre-market high is going to be at 376.35. If you break there, that's not going to be enough. You're going to need to push up and around 376.65, and then probably break that 377 mark in order to start really trending to the upside. So other than that, let's go look at the Dow. What is I'll take a look at your tickers, guys, in just a moment. pocket options? What is pocket options? I don't even know what that is. I'll look at BBIG shortly. Anyway, on
PFE
the Dow,
Pfizer says
news, hold on.
Israel and U.S. data show waning vaccine efficacy. Pfizer details data and presentation for FDA booster.
Pfizer is showing waning
That's ticker
vaccine
PFE.
efficacy. That's might not be the best news for Pfizer. Oh boy. And it's in a big reversal pattern. Watch Pfizer to drop down to this support. Pfizer could see 42 today. Pfizer has a bear flag here in pre-market as well. I would say watch 44, 41, 44 of course, but watch that one to the downside today. Alright, okay, so anyway, on the Dow, I'm quite certain that either A, we are going to have a correction today, and the reason why I say that is because this was our little lower time frame support here, and we did and do look like we're going to potentially break to the downside and continue here dropping. But of course, anytime you break a certain level, you're likely to retest it. So if the Dow does end up reversing today, I would watch for that reversal to occur around 347.50, and then obviously pre-market lows be that continuation to the downside with the potential of bouncing somewhere near. I have 342.70, but you could even use the pivot point strategy if you wanted to. So we'll see what happens. The Dow has been kind of, if you guys look at the price action here on the hourly, it's been a wild ride down to support. So ISA, what is ISA? Didn't that get like pumped? Hold on, what? IVC, is that wait, ISA, is that even? There's like there's a whole lot of them. I don't know what this is. Is it a good time to invest in the S&P, NASDAQ? I feel like
PRNQ,
there's
Greenpo
probably
to invest
be
in two
a better
pre-STO
time.
projects on Crypto SX
what did I
Digital
just do
Asset
to my
Exchange.
chart?
That's GRNQ, shares popping above the 70 cents level.
GRNQ, guys, GRNQ with news here this morning. Hold on, I'll bring that news up for you. GSAT, retail's got to quit paying so close attention to that thing. It keeps getting slapped down. Had a stock offering. Yikes. That doesn't look good. You're rounding to the bottom. You're likely going to hit $6. GSAT. Alright, so first of all, I don't know why people are still buying. So this is a buy the rumor, sell the news. I would just highly recommend in the future, try not to make the mistake of thinking that a news event is going to be the reason why a stock flies, because normally it's quite the opposite. So if you're in GSAT, I think one of our admins, Georgie, specifically said, don't get greedy on this one, because it has, since we played it in the 80 cent range, It has exploded, I think hitting that 288 level. At this point, if you look at the daily time frame, it's got a massive gap to fill.
ASU,
all the way
Kansas
to
City Southern
145.
terminates Canadian National Railway merger agreement and is entering into merger agreement with Canadian Pacific Railway. That's KSU, CP, and CNI.
Microsoft is on the top of Wall Street bets list this morning. SPRT or SRPT. Wait. I'm why am I not getting my dyslexia is going hard this morning. Is this it? Sprout? That's not the right one. SPRT. You talking about support? Yeah, I don't know why it's not cut. Why is my what the fuck? Sorry, trying to figure out why that's not coming. It's like not coming up. The ticker is gone. Yeah, the ticker is gone. Why is the ticker gone? Okay, so it's not just me, bro. I was kind of panicking. It's like, am I broken? Any advice on Apple stock? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I can go actually. So anyway, I'm about to show you, go over some stocks that I'm watching really quickly. So I put out a video on our YouTube about my long-term target on Apple. I do believe that this is likely to fall down to. I'm looking at 145. So right now you're flirting around with 147. It wouldn't be a surprise to see a sort of green day here. It's pretty obvious that 148.85 is that, and honestly, I'm not taking this one unless it clears 140.49, and it's got good volume. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it alone because if you go out here to the hourly, there's not really any signs of reversal making kind of that hourly bear flag. So at the break of 148, I believe that Apple will likely wick fill, and like I said, 146.50, and then potentially 145 before we finally get a bounce. What? Oh, that's right, GREE. LVS is a 5-year low. Yeah, I can look at LVS. Definitely looks like a potential bounce level, but the overall picture on LVS, I mean, gambling is picking up. I'd say you potentially due for. I mean, this is a kind of a double top looking setup here. We got a lot of chop going on. The last daily candle you had is definitely pushing that low. So anywhere below that low, then you could actually start continuing to fall. Everything else says that you should be in store for a bounce. So as soon as you start climbing above that $40 level, I would just watch for volume, but it looks like you could see some continuation there. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, so Microsoft, guys, I think Microsoft, because of that news, may end up being a decent play today. Gonna keep my eye on this one. This one likes to go back and revisit support really quickly, so I just warn you guys not to get too overzealous on this one, but especially with the market the way it is, if the market's going to be trending down, then Microsoft trending up is going to be really, really tough, and we're close enough to that 305 that it's probably best that we either play it to 305 as a potential target there. And I don't know why I have these lines right now. But I would say 305 as the first target, and then kind of evaluate from there. 305.82 and then 305.24 are two of the targets that I'm watching there. And then no, I would watch it for a bounce today. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can see it. You could see a bounce on Netflix today. Some pretty intrusive legislation is working its way through Congress. New Biden plan will. What the hell? That's crazy. Hold on one second, guys. BTCM. Not good. Looks like you do have a potential rounded bottom coming out of earnings. You really got to push above that 500 HMA 1350. That's seemingly like a big ceiling right here. Was also a pretty decent support. So that's going to be kind of the goal. You're setting up right now with accumulation above the 200-day EMA. That's where I like to see accumulation. So as long as you stay above that $9.17, you should be good to go. But anywhere below that, you may end up breaking trend. So okay, all right. Other than that, guys, let's see. I did have Roku on my watch list just to give you guys a brief update on this one. So again, yesterday I talked to you guys about where Roku would possibly shoot up and retest that downtrend. It did. It went and slapped 329 and then completely reversed and pulled back. So today, at the most, we may see 321. But I honestly am watching below 315 to 314.42, but then ultimately I'm kind of looking for that trip down to 310 and maybe even a little bit lower as we are, if you go out here to the higher time frame, in a falling wedge where the support is kind of sitting right around here, around 307.82. So Roku potentially to the downside. Yeah, for sure. Hold on one second. I just mentioned, if you guys would like, the link is in the bio. If you guys have any questions or any chart requests, hit the link in the bio and type them in on the YouTube comments, and I will absolutely take your look at your requests. So. All right. So anyway, besides that, guys, I'm just keeping my watch list relatively small today. I did see Roblox also moving
PFE,
down.
Pfizer says in
Hold on
briefing
1 second.
documents consideration of approval of booster dose of COVID-19
Hold on.
vaccine about 6 months after second primary dose is warranted.
Okay. That was a really terrible way to read that news. I didn't.
That's Papa Foxtrot Echo.
All right, I'll wait for that news to roll in and I'll read that out. But anyway, Roblox kind of broke out of this shelf, that $81.75. That's where Roblox was holding. This one already in pre-market's dropping down and going for the break of $80. So I think a reasonable target there is going to be $77.50, and then potentially this bottom where the rest of them have bounced at $74.37. So I may keep my eyes on that one for a day trade down to that level there, 34, and then 34, 74, 50, and then 73, 50 as well. So good morning. What's up, Jose? Hymns. Yeah, we'll take a look at hymns. Yeah, again, if you guys want me to take a look at your charts, just or those of you in the Discord, same thing. What's up, Heck? Him's morning spike. Doesn't really look like it. Daily reversal. You're holding the 9-day moving average on the daily. On the 4-hour, you don't look good either. Kind of a deadpan right there. Your support line's right here. And your top resistance is here. So above 925 and below 850. 850 is reversing down. 950, or excuse me, 930 is likely where you'll see HIMS pop, like you're talking about. So. All right. Yeah, no problem. If you guys want me to take a look at any tickers, let me know.
AMP reports top-line results from study evaluating efficacy of intra-articular injection of Ampion in adults with pain due to severe osteoarthritis of the knee showed statistically significant reduction in pain at 12 weeks. Ampio Pharma says has cash runway of about 12 months, will provide sufficient near-term liquidity and flexibility to support existing business operations.
Huh.
Ampio says plans to meet with FDA to discuss phase 3 results of biologics license application for Ampion, but does not specify a timeline. That's Alpha Michael Papa Echo.
Can I look at S? Centio 1.
CHWY, Chewy launches innovative marketplace service for veterinarians to grow clinic revenue, streamline shopping experience. That's Charlie Hotel Whiskey Yankee.
Okay, so on S, you're going to want to see a reversal off of this
MOSY, Moses, and Paraso Technologies announced definitive agreement for business combination. That's Michael Oscar Sandy Yankee. MGP, MGM Growth Properties increases quarterly dividend to an annualized rate of $2.08 per share. That's Michael Golf Papa.
Yeah, don't click on those. I tried to get rid of all of them. Anyway, so on Sentinel, you'll see here this daily candle. There's a nice wick here, 59.50. You bounce up and you hold above 61.
NKLA,
Next
Nicola,
daily candle,
and Iveco
right,
signed memorandum of understanding with Hamburg Port Authority, zero emission Class B battery
he's going
electric
ham right
trucks.
now.
That a press release now, November Kilo Lima Alpha.
I'm trying to go over the news, dude.
ZM, Zoom Video, unveils reseller partner program for Zoom Phone BYOC. That's Zulu Michael.
Yo, Zoom just got news as well. So on Centennial, this is can be a bit of a reversal candle. Today, the goal would definitely be trying to push above that 63 mark and kind of closing around 64.30. That would give you more of a reversal type candle. Otherwise, below yesterday's low of 61 and dropping below 60, you'll likely go for a wick fill there. Looking at the finish of the day, you'll notice right here on the hourly for Centennial that it has been a bit of a megaphone pattern right here. There's your descending support So if you do not break above that 63.50 mark, you will
ABCL,
more than
AbCellera,
likely
announcing
trend down
collaboration with
to the
Moderna
54.34.
mRNA to discover therapeutic antibodies for mRNA vaccines. That's Alpha Bravo Charlie Lima.
Yes, I looked at S for you. There you go. All right, so I've got Nvidia. Nvidia. Okay, so here's the deal with Nvidia, and we talked about this yesterday. No, BT. I'm gonna go over it right now. So with Nvidia, you've got,
Shares of
I believe,
AbCellera Biologics spiking to $19 at the high. Alpha Bravo Charlie Lima announcing that collaboration with Moderna mRNA, Michael Romeo November Alpha.
ABCLA. ABCL. I'm going to type this in the chat. ABCL. Partnership with Pfizer. Shooting to the highs right now at $19. That one's on watch. It's actually at its downtrend, where it could break downtrend here. Watch this one to push that 1944. Could see this one into the $20 here. Okay, so Nvidia channel bottom bounce here. We know how it performs once it gets around that 50-day EMA. So the goal here, and you can see the wicks, we definitely are going to want to push above 223. I actually wouldn't be opposed to taking this play. Nvidia does present, it has the bilateral setup right now. You've got that little pennant type setup right now. So for Nvidia, pre-market high is going to be 223.30.
INOD, Innodata announced
target,
new AI data.
Immediate target would be
Annotation
224
capabilities
for
for
anybody
patient
scalping
medical records and
heavy,
significant
and then
customer
obviously the
acquisition.
next
That's
target is
November
going to be that
Oscar
the
Delta.
224.75, 225 psychological number. So actually, you know, I'm going to go ahead and throw Nvidia up here as one to watch, because this one could shoot up to 227 today, and those 225 contracts should look pretty
GVMD,
good.
Golf Victor Michael Delta, out with their earnings report.
Let's see here. It's 9:05. I'll let you guys know there's nothing exciting happening right now.
Says total
just
revenues for the
FYI.
first half of
I'll let you guys know if
2021
there's
increased
anything
by
exciting happening.
45.5%, 2.925 million versus 2.01 million for the first half of 2020. That's Golf Victor Michael Victor Delta. Correction on that. Golf Michael Victor Delta.
Really trying to figure out where my Benzinga tab is at right now. It's kind of like gone. Oh, it's right here. Oops.
NXTD, Next ID.
Link is in the bio.
Pricing
if you guys have
their
requests.
public offering of 27.88 million shares.
So this one has a pretty odd, it's holding the 9-day moving average here. This is a dark cloud cover, so you open up and you lose more than 50% of the previous day's gains. That's usually a reversal candle here. I would watch this one below 46 for the pullback to
MKD, molecular
45.50.
data pricing there.
Potentially 45.15. Below that,
Registered
support
direct
is
offering,
all the way down around
38 cents
41.51.
per
So you
unit.
would likely start
That's
seeing
Michael Kilo
that
Delta.
downtrend start to establish itself, and you'll notice there already is a bit of an angle to this top, so you may end up seeing this as your new downtrend here. So I would watch for a bounce up, and as long as it stays under your downtrend. Wait, no, it was Moderna. Yeah, it was Moderna. I'm sorry. That one might be worth, I don't know if it has options, but ABCL, I might buy a few shares here in pre-market. That one might be good for a small accounts too. If it looks like it's breaking downtrend. Let me see this candle close. All right. I am watching Microsoft this morning as well, so I will let you guys know on that one. What was the next one? You want to take a look at mRNA? mRNA has an hourly head and shoulders, so it really doesn't look good at all. Support is right around here. So it's kind of far away. Honestly, Moderna to the downside. In fact, that one might have to hop on the watch list as well. Moderna below 416.70. I mean, you could take it below 423.14. There is a lot of wicks there, and that's to the downside. You have 1, 2, and you didn't quite tap that downtrend there, so you may see it one more time before you end up breaking that 200. But that's what I would speculate here on Moderna. I'm going to set a couple alerts here below 420 because that's likely where I would take it for sure. So. Yeah. All right, it's 9:09. I feel like time's going really slow today. Oh. Okay. All right, so if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys are new to us, YouTube, whatever, I would recommend going and watching my Apple breakdown. I posted that, I believe,
Pentagon
on the
Force Protection
13th.
Agency equips
My
hazardous
price target
devices
for
with
Apple
devices
is
branched with
135. I know
Telerob,
that
Telemax,
there
Eagle hybrid
are.
unmanned
I think
ground vehicle.
right now
That's Alpha Victor,
your nearest support
Alpha
is going to be
Victor.
145. That's where I would speculate, or where I would want to see Apple bounce off of, and that's going to be your so I'll make this brief. It's 9:10. So let me fix this up a little bit. I've talked about this with Microsoft. You've got a standard deviation channel, right? So for those of you who are swing traders, this is your best friend, and those of you who are looking for long-term trends. But this lets you know when it's time to maybe scale out or be like right now. I really believe that you guys should not be taking full-size positions. You guys should be playing a little bit more carefully. September is a money stealing month, so it's like one of those things where it's good to know where you're at in the grand scheme of things. So looking at Apple inside of this deviation channel, if you split the channel in half, whether that's with mathematically or just by eye, the middle is called the linear regression line, and that's just get the fancy line fancy word for the middle line. But you'll notice how much respect that it garnishes right here, and so the same thing here. I'm looking for a bounce off of that, and that bounce comes at 145. So. Gentry. Okay, so think about options as a way to reserve your place. It's it. So you're reserving your spot to sell something at a agreed upon price, right? And so now at this point, that something is going to be a stock. So you're basically reserving your spot. So let's say we have a $50 stock. Okay, you're betting that by December, it's gonna fall to $45, and you own shares, right? So it falls and it goes all the way to $39. At that point, you could utilize that contract to sell 100 shares at the pre-agreed price, which is going to be that $45. And the same thing with the upside. So let's say we're looking at ABCL, which is currently trading at $19. And you think that between now and October, this thing should go to around $25. But you would rather buy it at 20. So you buy a $20 call that expires in October,
KCNA
and
reporting
you
North
can
Korea
then
says
utilize, if the stock goes to
the Korean
26,
ties could
27,
break down
you
if
then
South
have
Korean
reserved
president
your
continues
spot
slander.
to buy 100 shares at that price. So that's what that means. And that's it. There's a 2-minute rundown on options.
Capacity utilization rate 75.3 for August.
Rocket fuels, RKFL selected by Italian yachts to accept online purchases using
The estimate
Bitcoin.
was 76.4.
BBIG proxy news is due today. All right, let's take a look at it. Thanks, guys, for hopping in the YouTube. Okay, so this one actually touched its whole ribbon indicator after 3 consecutive red days. We called that one. So here's the deal. I'm going to keep this one easy to understand. Here's your downtrend. All right. You'll see the 50 right there. So you're going to want to see this back up above 865. Really, you need it
Inside
back
EVs,
above
TSLA,
915.
Tesla, billionaire investor
That's going to
Ron Barron,
signify a potential
300%
reversal here,
return on
but I
Tesla
will
over the
not
next
going to
decade.
sugarcoat it. You have a
That's
bear flag
Tango
underneath
Sandy
a
Lima Alpha.
hourly 200-day EMA. So below 768, you will go and see new lows with the first target of $7, second target of $6, and it really kind of just goes like that. 655 is also another target as well. ABCL pushing up here for a wick fill in pre-market, guys. Keep an eye on that one. Should hit $20. All right, so it is 9:15. 15 minutes till the bell. Real quick, if you guys swung Asana, that one is absolutely going to be another TP. Okay, we're just gonna get the cash and go.
Industrial production
I'm not
plus
playing with it. So as long as it opens up at 107, well, really anywhere, I'm gonna go ahead and rock with it, no matter what. Also, JD puts came in golden sweep yesterday. That was ended up being a pretty sweet play as well. You swung Asana, yeah. So I see a reversal happening here after doing a little bit more digging. I think that at the bell below. Once that gap gets filled at 106.23, if you break below 106.23 candle close, you're more than likely, well, 105.68 as well. You're more than likely going to head back down to
$2.44 at the high for Alpha Bravo Charlie Lima.
Nicodelic, I just covered that one, so. All right, let's so I think I'm just gonna do the same old, guys. Anybody grab ABCL? Hey, I don't think this is gonna get filled. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Let's see, we got a few minutes till the end market open. Those of you on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get ready to trade. We've got a few more minutes here, so I will catch you guys later. If you guys are interested in the trial, the link is below the video. And I'll see you guys likely after hours, so 8:30 p.m. Peace.